We are amazing because our passion is limitless and our drive is intense. Therefore, you will not deny our grind. You are now listening to the Faith, Grind, and Inspire podcast.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Faith, Grind, Inspire podcast. I am your host, Gene Alert, and today we have a special guest, one of my good friends for many years.
Yes.
Avery, Miss Artistry Watson.
Yes. Thank you so much. He got it right, you guys. He's awesome.
Yeah. What's going on?
Life has been amazing.
Yeah. We're gonna start. I know you just want to boom.
I don't. Let's slowly. Let's
slow it down.
Let's ease our way in.
Let's ease our way in, right?
Yeah.
So okay. So this podcast is all about the mindset of entrepreneurs, right?
Right.
And we've had some great guests, and they talked about their mindset, their journey, how they got to it. Mm-hmm. But I know me and you, we're friends, and we know each other, and we both know each other's struggles and growth, mm-hmm. and where we come from. And so I want you to share with the people. Like, let's start. Where are you from?
I'm from Bronx, New York. I'm from the Bronx.
Okay.
And born and raised, and the Bronx definitely. It's definitely a part of my journey and my story. Uh-huh. I take so much pride in being from the Bronx, and I enjoy speaking about Bronx issues and any possibilities of what you can possibly do in the Bronx. And I feel like people always say there's nothing in the Bronx, but great people come from the Bronx.
There are some great people.
Don't worry about it. We come out and we rap for our borough. So it's cool.
But so funny, and I'm gonna be here because I'm one of those people. I'm from Brooklyn.
Right, exactly.
So it's just like, when people listen to this podcast that know me, they go like, she's from the Bronx and you had her up here. But Avery is like, she's so super cool.
What's wrong with the Bronx? What happened? You discriminate against the Bronx people on the show?
Let me tell you.
Hopefully we didn't bring anything negative to you.
Yeah, 3 times.
Okay.
Like, I went to the Bronx one time. Uh-huh. This dude was trying to these guys would try to follow me. I had to call my boy Capone. He had a restaurant at the time, the comedian.
Yeah. But how long ago was this?
This is years ago. This is
okay, come on, let it go. We're good.
Yeah, I know.
The Bronx is good, Gene. Come on, let it go.
These are all like early 2000s, 1999.
Okay, yeah, the Bronx was rough.
Yeah, it was rough back then. But everywhere was rough.
The whole New York City had its, besides Staten Island, Long Island, we had our rough, even Staten Island, but we had. Anyway, we're both from great places. Yeah. And we are here to help our people.
Exactly. That's where we at right now, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So, okay, so you're from the Bronx.
Yes, born and raised.
So tell me, what happened? What's going on?
Well, with my life, I guess, in a nutshell, born and raised, in poverty, and saw, hardworking family. Mm-hmm. My mom and dad worked their way into being middle class. Mm-hmm. They work for the, New York State.
Nice.
And my parents are like the ultimate backbone for me. My parents helped me in so many ways. And I think I'm really big on family, mm-hmm. which is why I have my younger brother here with me.
Yeah, that's your brother.
Who's a videographer, Key Visions. And so basically my family's everything to me. My mom and dad worked very hard. My mom always made sure to put me into dancing school mm-hmm. and arts program. My mom was into theater. She performed at an all-girls school called the Master School, which was like a predominantly white school that my mom was sent to because she was so smart. Mm-hmm. So my mom pretty much showed me the way of just being on top of that, everyone. I'm a plus-size woman, so it's very difficult working in entertainment, being that, because there's so many different ways that they want people to look mm-hmm. in this business. But overall, my mom was that woman, that was strong, plus-size woman that was able to dance, sing, play the piano, and I kind of took all of that from her and got a little bit of my father's hypeness and enthusiasm and sense of urgency, mm-hmm. as you will, from my dad. Okay, which is the Watson. He's the Watson.
Oh, that's what's up. Yeah. Okay, now you talked about your entertainment. So when did this entertainment bug hit you? Because you said both of your parents works for the state. Right. So where does entrepreneurship come from? Where does this entertainment thing come from for you? Entertainment
came through just teaching at a younger age, mm-hmm. dance. Okay. I was in dance schools, okay. Ruth Williams Dance Studio in Harlem. Okay. And in which that school was like so amazing. Like I met so many different type of women from different boroughs, mm-hmm. from Queens, Harlem, different areas. And this is where I was able to kind of get my sense of community in the dance community from this dance community. I was able to kind of learn my skill set, and we were always asked to volunteer on the weekends to help the younger kids in dance. So once you hit the age of 12, they actually have you volunteer to help other young kids learn the steps, or whoever's having troubles, you will help them out. So from there, I was able to see, okay, I can guide people. I know stage left, I know stage right. I know how to help people understand what artist development is. I was able to kind of look at a dance and say, that's not it. Do it over, fix this. This needs to be a straight line, tighten up. So I was able to I had the eye for like the art form with dance. And from there,
that's cool.
Just dance and music is just a part of my life.
Okay.
Totally a part of my life.
So
both my mom and dad can sing.
Both of them?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. All right. So from there, you got into, so how did you, what was your, besides the dance, how did you get into entertainment?
So it was one day after I graduated high school. I was home researching.
What high school you went to?
I went to Frederick Douglass Academy in Harlem.
In Harlem.
And then I was pretty, bad. I guess it's the Bronx in me, whatever. But I went to an alternative school after that. But the alternative school actually was even better because I was able to, well, let me start back. I went to Frederick Douglass Academy. And from there, I was like team captain of the step team. I did debate. I joined like different organizations while I was in college. While I was in high school there. And then from there, I transferred to Cascades because I needed more credits. Went to Cascades. I started a dance program for that school. I pretty much graduated early, but I just stayed an extra semester for one credit. But I actually did more during my time there. I was able to pretty much learn about Photoshop, GarageBand, all these different programs at an early age, at 17, 18. So I'm pretty, savvy in music tech and Photoshop and all these different type of programs. So that's how I kind of, thank God for Cascades High School. And the principal loved me. He grew to love me because he saw my ambition and how skillful I was, that like, my oldest sister recently, she went there because she works for the DOE as well as I think a health director, my sister. So she went there, I guess, to train people for the lunchroom. And she said, hey, do you know my sister, Avery? She asked the principal. He said, Avery, what? We love Avery. Tell her to come back. We want to have her speak at the school graduation and everything. So pretty much I was always that kid. I was outspoken. I talked a lot.
Yeah.
A lot. But I actually made sense. So the teachers and principals was like, no, she's right. Like, you're right. I was figuring out, I was solving problems that we was having by just generally just speaking to them. Like, listen, the reason why I was so practical that they just loved me.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's my high school years. Through high school, I did so much. Even in elementary school,
so
I did so much.
After high school, you went to?
I went to Bronx Community College.
Okay.
And I went to Bronx Community College because, like I said, I take pride in my borough. I went there, and when I went to Bronx Community, I became like, I became the dance captain. I was a dance captain everywhere. I became the dance captain at BCC. I then learned different skills in terms of just like more like music tech. I was doing a lot of work with different boards, with keyboards and playing a lot of electronic piano work. So I pretty much learned a lot at BCC, although people may look at community schools as, don't go there, go away. But it's all about what it is that you're into and what you get back from the college.
What you get from the college.
It's up to you. What do you want to get out of college?
Exactly.
So from BCC, I was able to really like see many different people from all walks of life coming from the Bronx, have so much talent and gift and leave and get accepted to the bigger schools, and finish their 4 years somewhere else and say, hey, I'm proud to have my associate's degree.
Exactly.
At that time, especially, I graduated in 2007 high school, graduated 2010. It's been a long journey, but anyway, I'm sorry about my timing is off right now. But anyway, high school was great for me. College, I went to BCC. Then I transferred to Lehman College, which is also in the Bronx.
Yeah, Lehman.
And I'm so happy that I went to all these schools. Like, I'm so happy that everything that I did, I do not regret. I'm so super happy because it made me who I am.
Yeah.
It just transferred into each other college, each other school, I was able to bring what I've learned everywhere. So I'm happy about my journey.
Oh, no.
From Bronx Community to Lehman College, from, being transferred from FDA.
So now let me ask you something. What message, just because we have a lot of younger kids audience that listens to this show too. Mm-hmm. What message would you send them? Because you said alternative school, because you're, you know what I'm saying? And you came out great. So what message do you have for them? Because a lot of times when they go to alternative schools, or they can, a lot of them get sad, and
yes,
because
it can be very depressing, because I think society makes us feel like if you're not smart, or you're not going to Yale, or you're not going to Columbia, or you're not whatever, I think you can feel bad. But you know what? Don't feel bad about living somebody else's path. Mm-hmm. Mm. Don't feel bad about living anyone else's path. I feel like your path is something that you have to write for yourself, mm-hmm. and you got to figure out what type of ending you want it to be, mm-hmm. and that's, hey, I'm going to still be on top.
Your story is your story.
Right.
Your parents' story is not your story.
No.
Your friend's story is not your story. Your teacher's story is not your story. Your story is your story, and you have to write it.
Absolutely.
You have to believe in yourself. You have to trust the process. And so let's fast forward, right? So before we met, were you at somewhere else?
Oh, yeah. I had a crazy journey. So
yeah, let's talk about that.
After college, during college, I interned.
Okay.
During my college years, I interned.
That's a major key right there.
Yeah, major key. Do not think instant gratification. First of all, instant gratification, I'm leaving in 2018. Y'all better leave it with you guys. Leave it. Leave instant gratification alone. Life is not like that.
No. It doesn't just pop up. So you don't just plant a seed and reap the fruits tomorrow.
Yeah, you're not gonna have a whole bush.
No.
By tomorrow. So understand that these seeds are needed. But yeah, I interned. My first internship was at an independent radio show, mm-hmm. and the independent radio show had it was in Harlem. The mm-hmm. independent radio show had green screens, different type of backdrops. It was like a post video production studio and music recording studio and radio studio. So I had everything that I've learned and what I know all in one space. Mm-hmm. And that's what, if I didn't do that internship, I probably wouldn't know how to know how to work Pro Tools, for music engineering. I probably wouldn't have learned how to set up and break down photo and video equipment and things like that. Mm. So my first internship was on an independent indie level, but that company had so much in it that I was able to kind of get my hands onto everything and grasp how everything worked.
From the internship? Yes,
from this internship. And then, of course, I met singers, mm-hmm. producers, engineers.
Building relationships.
Random people, because it's a radio show. You can interview somebody off the street and ask, how does it feel to be homeless? You can interview whoever, Mm-hmm. So I was able to kind of grab so much from, that internship. And from there, I interned at Sony Music, RCA Records.
How did you get that?
I started out interning at BET.
Okay.
First of all, the BET internship was in 2010. BET internship, it was so hard to get, right? You had to write a 12-page letter explaining why you want to work for us and what can you bring to the table, et cetera. And it so happened that my aunt's ex-husband, he worked in IT in the DC office. Mm-hmm. My aunt lived in Maryland. So I said, Auntie, I really need to get this internship. I need to work in talent. I need to work in the talent department. I cannot work nowhere else. I need to be with the celebrities. I gotta move. I know what I'm doing. Auntie, she said, all right, I'll speak to him. And he was amazing. Wayne Burris, shout out to you. He set it up. I didn't get the internship because of him. Mm-hmm. He just gave me the email mm-hmm. and sent me the link.
Yeah.
I wrote everything up myself. Yeah. I had my mom read it 3 times to make sure it sounded good. Uh-huh. So from there, I got the internship, and I was the only person in the talent department who got that internship. I was the only person in the talent department until 2 weeks later, they threw somebody in. And that's the industry too, you guys. The music industry will always throw something at you to see how you react. All the time. Uh-huh. All the time. And trust me, they threw in another girl because I thought I was it. I'm I'm the only person in here. Yeah. I'm with all the celebs. I'm at the BET Awards. Oh my God. Oh, they added someone else in here. And guess what? This particular woman, her father was the head person at Live Nation, something like that. So, girl, this was a no. You got this because of your father. Like, I got this off of just hard work and dedication.
Yeah.
So you will see a lot of that in this world. People get things because of this. Some people get things because of their work. But they threw it in there. But this girl's amazing. I ended up working with her father on the Rough Riders tour.
Got it. That's funny.
You see what I'm saying? That was the Rough Riders tour was in 2017. This internship was in 2010. If I wouldn't have treated that girl right in that process,
exactly,
would her father would have respect me?
Nope.
No.
And but you know what? Let's pause right here. So, because this is something that's really, really crucial, especially nowadays. Burning bridges with people.
Some bridges, you know, I mean, some bridges you just burn. You gotta let it go. Sometimes it's life. Sometimes it happens. Things happen, but don't continue. Don't continue.
But here's the thing, right? This is why I always tell people, and this is the, I've always had this mantra for years. Always do right. This will gratify some and astonish the rest.
Thank you. And your book is amazing. First of all,
thank you.
You changed like 2 of my friends' lives. You changed my life too, but I think I helped. That process, I gave them my book. I gave it to them, and they was like, "Oh my God, this book is so good. I love him."
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, do right, do good.
Oh man, thank you. I didn't know that.
Do right, do good. Yeah, of course. I support my people.
Thank you.
And we read.
She said we read.
I
read. So you know, always do right. This will gratify some and astonish the rest. Right. I was brought up in the time in the world where you don't burn bridges on purpose. Like if something happens uncontrollably and that's it, you have to separate, fine. But if 2 people come out of an internship, you guys don't know each other, your job is not to make that person's life difficult or be mad or whatever.
Absolutely
Work
not.
together. Your job is to just focus on you and do the best job you can do.
Absolutely.
Right? Now look at this. What if you did do something wrong to her? When she goes home and she's, you know, her dad is working on a tour, 7 years later, you guys are totally different path. You guys are not interns anymore.
No.
She's like, she sees your name. She's like, Daddy, no, not her.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And your
without that man, I wouldn't have had no press passes, you guys. I was under pressure for this Rough Riders reunion tour.
Yeah, he's like,
when I tell you,
like, yeah.
When I tell you, thank God for her father.
Yeah.
Because if he didn't know me, he probably would have been holding those passes, and my people from CBS or BET would have been like, I need my extra tickets. What's going on?
Yeah, I know
so,
those.
I mean, he had, because again, if he's working for Live Nation, he is the person that's handling all the bookings, and he knows he has all the tickets.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So now.
I can't burn those bridges.
No.
I need my tickets.
No, you can't. You can't. So for the people out there that, you know, are, you know, working somewhere, you never know who anyone is.
You don't.
That's why you have to treat people with respect. You know, and because you never know who you're going to need later on. There's people that I've worked with 10, 20, 15 years ago that I'm connecting to right now. Like this week, there was this guy that posted a picture with this girl that I want to be I'm trying to get as a client. Well, I have her as a client now. She posted a picture of me and her, and then the guy from 15 years ago, from college actually, saw the picture. It was like, yo, that's Jean.
Wow.
And gave me the green light. Gave her the green light to work with me. There was another time on social media. This guy had, you know, when you go on social media, you know, you go on Instagram and you press on someone's profile, you can see the mutual people.
Yeah.
So this guy, I didn't see any mutual friends.
Weird.
So I reached out to him.
Yeah.
So I reached out to him to pitch him as a client. This guy comes to the office and he starts name dropping.
Which I hate.
All these, no, not name dropping like people like I don't know, like celebrities. I'm not talking about, he's name dropping like people I know.
Oh, okay.
So he's just like, yo, you know Avery? Me and Avery went to school together in the Bronx. This person went, and I'm like, you know this person, you know that? He was like, yeah, I know all of them. And I called all of them before I came up here to see if you really legit.
Wow.
So
you gotta be careful.
So you gotta be careful. But
you gotta be careful.
That's why my plates on my car say do right. Because you don't know. You have to. If you have that mindset of just doing the right thing,
and some people just don't do right, and that's just in their nature, and it's unfortunate.
Yeah.
And it could just be people driving when they just want to cut you off. You're not doing right by doing that.
No. And you know what, too? Here's the thing, too. You have to think about this, right? If you don't do right in the world and opportunities don't happen to you, I don't think you're lucky. I don't think I'm lucky. I think I'm blessed and highly favored.
Definitely
but
blessed.
I'm not lucky. You know what I'm saying? Like, so when people that have misfortunes in life think that, oh, Avery's where she is because she's lucky. Gene's where he is because he's lucky. Nah.
It's timing. It's timing. It's really timing, man. It's
but that's
timing.
The blessing.
And you have to sometimes learn what type of energy you need to keep around you to keep that same energy that you want. To, you have to really, like, I'm sorry, I was never into like I guess like putting candles around, and I mean I have scented candles, but I wasn't really into, like, I think of that as like witchcraft. When I see
you said candles around?
But like candles, like, you know how, like, I don't know if y'all know about, like, in Dominican Republic, you know Haitians, Dominican, they do other things. But anyway, I started like using sage, and that's nothing. That's just herb. It's just plant. But as I continued saging people around my house, whatever, it really works. You got to put that energy out there, that good positive energy. Grab a sage, get some scented oils, chill.
Just chill.
And pray.
Yep.
Put in the work.
Exactly.
And chill. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get it.
Because sometimes I feel like we overwork ourselves in our minds so much that we do not take time to be in the moment of life to see where it can go.
It's true.
And there's times that now I'm like, I'm taking back. Like, I need my time. I need my time to think. I need my time to be in peace. I need my time to all of that. So I feel like, even for me right now, as an entrepreneur, it's going well. But I have another opportunity on the table, 2 opportunities on the table to work somewhere. And you got to pick and choose. It's decisions.
Yeah. So let's go back.
Not choices, decisions.
Decision. Everything's decisions.
Decisions.
You have to make decisions. And as an entrepreneur, right, there's only 2 things that we do. We solve problems and we're making decisions every day.
Yeah.
Every
Absolutely.
day.
Absolutely. Solving problems and making decisions.
Every day. If you're an entrepreneur and you say you don't have to make decisions, you don't have to solve problems, you're not an entrepreneur.
No, you're not.
Every day. Every day.
Absolutely not.
Every day.
Right.
So, when people present, they're like, oh my God, this is happening. I'm like, all right, this is the situation. This is how we solve it.
Done.
Make a decision. Quick.
You got to move like that.
And then that's how you got to, you just got to stick with it. Be firm with it. So when you make a decision, people, be firm, understand what you're doing.
And believe in that decision.
And believe in that decision.
Yes.
Because if you don't have belief in your decision, it's going to go downhill. So now after BET, after Sony, after this, we met in 2000 and...
I was an intern for Bad Boy Entertainment.
When?
For a year and 6 months. Okay, before I met you.
Before?
Yep,
okay.
A year and 6 months.
Bad Boy.
I was an executive assistant intern for a year and 6 months. You guys, like, one of the best experiences of my life because I was in the executive office. You know what I mean? For a year and 6 months. Think about the amount of connections. Come on now. You with Diddy, like, and I'm from New York, like Harlem, Bronx. I'm like, what? Diddy is literally my uncle in my head. Like, he is someone that I feel like my career is basically like emulating his. Like, he was a dancer, performer, producer. He knew how to engineer his stuff. He knew how to, make sure his sounds was right. He was handling business. He was doing, I feel like I'm doing exactly everything not everything that he's doing, but in a sense, like, I'm emulating his whole.
I think a lot of people are. I think I am. Yeah. Except this is radio.
Right. Yeah.
I'm
absolutely.
always.
But he has Revolt TV. You're right.
Exactly.
He has Revolt TV. He has Delion and, all these different partnerships. So, I just feel like for me, I was there for a year and 6 months, but I was able to kind of meet all these different people. One of Diddy's first assistant is the manager to Bryson Tiller. Like, big. Like, to be around all of that, to see everything kind of transpire in the beginning stages, and my career was absolutely amazing. And I was able to, from there, with my internship, like, Diddy had us running around crazy. Like, And it's like it may seem so simple.
You didn't have to get no cheesecake.
I had to get a lot of food. Yeah.
Oh, you did?
I had to buy a lot of food for his house.
He said, yeah.
For his house, for the office.
Yeah.
Our food shopping was nuts.
Really?
Organic
He got 5
everything.
kids.
Organic everything. Agave everything. Like listen, if you got the wrong stuff, it was a problem.
Yeah.
If you got wrong stuff for Diddy, it was a problem. But that actually gave me a lot of it made me quick.
Mm-hmm.
I was able to make decisions quickly on my feet. So now and also I worked in the supermarket too while I was in college. So for me, when I was actually doing the supermarket runs, I was quicker than everybody because I worked in the supermarket.
Yeah.
I knew where everything was.
Everything was.
Produce, here, dairy. I knew where everything was. So you have to learn how to be transferable. You got to transfer your skills, okay?
You learn from every part of your life.
I take everything.
Yo, that's deep.
I soak it up as a sponge. I was working at a supermarket for a year.
Mm-hmm. While you're in college.
While at Bronx Community College.
Yeah.
And at the same exact time, being inside of like Swiss Beat Studio at 19, 20 in the studios. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like spending the night in the studios, waking up, going to school, going to work.
Going back.
Yeah, it's like you have to like take your journey as learning curves, like, and make better decisions next year. That's all. This is why
so
you
what was one of the major? You said 1 year and 6 months, right?
Yeah, and then that's how. Then from there, I was able to get an office assistant job. I was working as a receptionist, and from me being a receptionist now, I'm in the forefront.
So yeah.
So I'm meeting everyone.
Yeah.
Right.
You're meeting everyone.
Everyone's like, oh, hi, I'm this person. I'm coming to meet this person. Okay. Oh, I'm like, this Googling. This is the CFO of. Whoa. He got money. I'm like, oh, you get to really see everyone before and like when they arrive and when they leave as a receptionist. So it was great. It was a great experience. And then I got the job at Revolt TV doing production assistant work. I was there when it launched in 2013. So I was there from the beginning. And from there I was
I remember.
And then after that I became the executive assistant in operations. And that's when me and you had our business relationship.
Yeah.
We made sure that your cards were the main cards. Me and you made sure that Coast Enterprises that your company was the main account.
Yeah, thank you so much.
We made sure that.
I remember that process too, which was cool because that was like my first time dealing with like entertainment, clients.
Right.
Because I had different corporate clients before, but it was just like, this is the card I want. I give it to them. That's it. I would bring 3 samples of business cards. They would say, well, just leave this one. Keep the other 2.
Keep the other 2, yep. I remember that.
And then all of a sudden I would leave, and then 2 hours later they'll say, you know what? Bring the other one back.
That is entertainment for you, which is why I'm saying things. They will throw things at you in entertainment to see how you react, and if you can take it. It's purely mental abuse.
Of course. But you know what? But Avery?
It's good.
Remember? I would be right back. I was like, okay, word, 2 hours, I'm here.
And I'm like, Gene, just
you don't got, I'm sorry. Can you come back? Can you?
Let's come back.
Diddy wants the CDs, or whoever wants the CDs. I was like, I got it. But the order was huge, and I had the account for years. So thank you. Yeah.
No, you're very welcome.
And but it's all about relationships. And one thing that I wanted to mention about that situation too is I hand delivered every card to everybody. So remember? Because I didn't want to just give you the cards and you distribute them. I was like, show me where all these people are.
Yeah.
Because I wanted them to see there was a black man behind it.
Right.
It wasn't just they ordered on the computer and it was just like,
it wasn't like
Vistaprint or Moo or whatever. This is a black man's print company that was printing high quality cards at a reasonable price, and I was actually in my suit delivering it to you. It was right.
That's honorable. It's very honorable to see that, and we want to see more of that.
Yeah.
And
they were talking about black excellence, man. We were doing black excellence for a long time.
Yeah, for a very long time. Connecting these dots and making sure that people was eating.
Yeah.
Making sure that we was getting paid.
Yeah. Yo, you know how many times I see people, and it's not even, I do this for every type of client. There's some people that, I need to see samples of this. I need to see samples of that. And I leave. And then all of a sudden they like, oh, can you bring me a sample of this? So it happens all across the board, but in business, lesson for you guys that are listening, you have to be persistent, right? So sometimes people are busy. You need to just follow up. The key is following up. Right. So I know you working with Diddy and working with all these people, you know how busy people are.
My follow-up game was crazy when I was like between the ages of 18 to like 26.
Yeah.
My follow-up game was crazy. As I'm getting older now, I'm like, I can already see through what I can already know who I need to follow up with.
Yeah, of course.
Whatever I actually want to continue doing business with, I know, and I will get back to you at a particular time that I know that it would make sense. You know, but that's now. But back then it was like, you know, I'm still hungry, but the hunger was, you know, you got to be hungry to get that answer.
Yes.
Are you paying me or not? No.
Yeah. Like, what's going on? Like, are we doing this?
What's the update?
What's the update?
You know, but I've been learning to keep that balance, though. We don't want to be, annoying.
You don't want to be annoying, but you also, like Russell Simmons said in his book,
opportunity.
It's just like you just have to let them ask them. So if the answer is no, why? Tell me why, so I can work on it. You know what I mean? You might not get a yes from that person, but next time you go somewhere else, you know what to do, so you'll get a yes.
Right.
So no's, there's some companies, there's some salespeople that go out and they love no's. They have bets, not how many yeses they get for the day, on how many no's they get for the day. And that's because it's like they thrive off of it. You know what I mean? So, okay. So after you at Revolt, you worked there, so you parlayed that into what?
So yeah, I became an operations assistant, which is why we met. And then from there, that job was temporary. So I had that job for like a year and a half, like a year or so. And then from there, I was just freelancing crazy throughout like BT, doing like talent and red carpet escorting, press, etc. Doing a lot of like freelancing. I then started my own media blog. I started the blog in 2013. I was already at Babwood at the time, but I started the blog with 3 other Black women. And because of my contacts, I was able to kind of land us in major award shows and red carpet events in which I would shoot and edit these interviews, and then I will then post them up, do a little bit of YouTube marketing, make sure my views was good, and of course, write about it, write an article up about what I just shot and what we experienced. And then from there, we would then post it up on Instagram. At this time, we were 2013, 2014, 15, we were actually like battling against the Shade Room at the time. The company got dismantled because it's just, when there's women involved, things happen. So, yeah, but regardless, the video content I own, because I shot and edit that. And as well as social media, I definitely took pride in like learning how social media worked at that time and learning what people wanted to see. So, yeah, I started my own blog, and that's how I then fell into public relations because I then started meeting so many media correspondents, media people, editors-in-chiefs, etc. And I started shooting for that'senough.com and Hot 97 and shooting interviews and doing different things. So I was freelancing with video. I was freelancing on the red carpets. I was freelancing in production on for award shows. I did a little bit of everything.
So what's your advice based off of that? Like the experience that you had.
I got humbled.
Yeah.
Like I was making a decent amount of money with Diddy, and of course I went in knowing that it was temporary, but I needed the opportunity.
Yeah. Right?
I wouldn't have met you if I wouldn't have took the job, right?
Yeah,
I would have never known how these different accounts work and how to operate a company. Right?
Yep.
Hence why I started running my business after that.
Yeah, true.
Right? So with me creating my blog, I was able to meet many different people in media. Then the PR fell on my lap because there was artists that I seen that weren't getting proper exposure. I'm like, why aren't you putting your music up on this site? Like, what's going on? Like, I can hook you up with this person, and that's how I kind of all fell into place.
Got it.
In which what else happened? A lot happened in my life, but yeah. So I can say that my career went through a lot of different departments to then learn what I'm good at, but I'm still learning.
Yeah.
What I'm good at. Like I'm still going into different things and trying out new things because you wouldn't know until you just try it.
I love that you said that because the thing about it is, even though you were with like the number one mogul in entertainment. Like you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like being around that type of energy for you to start your own business is amazing, right? Because, but that's what that inspires you to do.
Right? Like,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
I want to be around Diddy's and everybody else because I want to learn and
but
feel
you
like
have
I
to-
can do that too. Not do exactly how they did it, but do it in the sense of
you learn the good, you learn the bad.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And definitely learn the music business.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Working at the labels and working with Diddy, etc. So I mean, I came into the job able to kind of take
You have
on
the cheat code.
I
So
came into that job having all of the experience needed
Yeah.
to be working in operations.
Yeah.
I knew how to work for TV. I knew how to work for talent.
Yep.
I knew how to do like branding and PR. I knew how to run a website. I was shooting and editing videos,
That's crazy.
interviewing people,
Yeah.
producing shows at Lehman College TV, for Bronx Journal TV, for Bronx Journal Radio. So I did a lot of.
You know,
Listen. You already know. I'm a
dance.
what dancer, singer. I could write songs. I could play the piano. I could play the violin.
You can play piano?
Yeah, but not anymore. Like I left that
You
behind.
left that
but,
behind?
Yeah, but we can play some tunes.
Yeah, your brother's like...
We can play some tunes. So yeah, I mean, overall, like I didn't have that all of that the foundation needed
Okay.
to be able to understand.
So what mindset do you think you should have? Like, speaking to the younger generation, like what mindset, if they want to get into entertainment now, today?
Humble yourself. Like
Humble yourself.
I feel like people are just not humble anymore, and it's becoming like detrimental
To them.
to the space, to the energy. Humble yourself.
Yeah.
Nobody cares. You know what I'm
that
saying? Like,
is.
nobody cares. Humble yourself.
Yeah.
And it just comes down to like, you know, if I met Sylvia Rohn, but I became a billionaire tomorrow, that doesn't give me that doesn't mean that I disrespect Sylvia Rohn because I possibly might have more money than her. You get what I'm saying? Money, power, respect. It doesn't matter how you put it. It's respect, power, money, respect, power. It's all three. There's no one is not before the other. Like
Yeah.
it's all kind of important.
Yes, yes.
So I just feel like I think people need to humble themselves a lot more.
I like
And it's like and just be personable.
Yeah.
Like people aren't personable anymore. I meet
Yeah.
people like I was that intern. I was bubbly.
Yeah.
Hi, nice to meet you. How are you doing today? These people aren't asking people
They're
how
like
they
this.
doing. Like humble yourself. I don't know. And I think the main reason that I say that is because I was, like I said, I was going to say that I was making a decent amount of money working in operations, and then to have that all taken away from you and you having to do something and try to get a job again, and you keep applying, you keep getting no's, you keep getting, thank you, we're moving forward with someone else at this time. We're looking at your resume for consideration, but sorry, nope, you're not it. Every time you apply for a job, that can be totally overwhelming and depressing. When you see yourself as greater,
Yeah.
when you see yourself as an asset for a company, and they don't see that,
No.
right? So what happens is you got to step back. Look at over 100 resumes. Redo your resume to the best of your ability. Hook it up. And from there, I then started a job. I was working throughout all of this. I started working as an activity specialist, dance specialist for various programs in the Bronx called Sobro, Marshall Community Center. So I was getting paid like $25 an hour, teaching dance, what I love to do. No problem. I was minoring in dance and theater at Lehman College. So I know dance history in and out. I know Asian dance history. I know all different type of dance history. So I'm able to be an educator at the same exact time of all of this. I could be a music mogul and an educator. You know? So that's like, you know, my future is, you know, for me, my future goal, my long-term goal is to have my own school.
Oh, I like that.
With the DOE, my own music, arts, and entertainment program. I felt like there was some type of vacancy for me where I went to Bronx Community and Lehman College. I couldn't learn about music business. Why? Why do I have to pay NYU that much money when we don't even make that much at all in the music industry? We make money from investors
Yeah.
and brands. We don't make money. So why would I invest over $100,000 for the school. And I'm living in the Bronx. My family's poor. Like, how does that doesn't make sense. So anyway, I feel like I would like to create a program for different city schools, city colleges, and as well as a high school or a K-12 type of program to help people understand the music business, how to be the artist development portion, understanding PR, understanding marketing, understanding branding, understanding how to. So I'm
talking to the right person.
So yes,
I have a curriculum with DOE, so I could.
You know, I'm a substitute teacher with the DOE, right?
Really? So we got.
That's what I said. Yeah. So I work in special education, but basically, you guys, it's just the sky is not the limit, okay?
No, it's not.
The sky is not the limit. I'm trying to take the whole universe.
Yeah. You know what? I want to leave this planet empty. So when Gene passes on and comes back as a dolphin, I want everybody to say, yo, Gene did this, and 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 that, and this, and this, and that. You know? And I've learned, I'm sorry to cut you off real quick. I've learned that not everyone is going to understand each other's principles, the reasoning behind certain things. And I feel like there's certain things that I feel like I'm more practical than other people. So I don't want anybody like being in control of that. I got work together, but I mean, like, for me, with me creating my school, I want my school to be a certain way. So I can't expect for someone else to do it the way I'm going to do it. Exactly. I got to do it. Yeah, you have to do it.
And that's just how I look at it. So anyway, for me getting humbled by not having any money, you know, at 22, I had to work back. Man, listen, I did so much. I worked so many places. I'll name it down quickly. I worked at Macy's, Starbucks, McDonald's, Grossetti's Supermarket, Sobro, Marshall Community Center, BET, RCA Records, A&R department.
This is all after?
This is all my whole entire life. Oh, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I worked so much that it's like I don't want to work. You know what I mean? I want to work, but I don't want to work, which is why the entrepreneurship came into my life, because I can make a certain amount of money by being asleep, waking up to your Cash App or the PayPal. I'm just kidding.
I just got a Cash App.
Okay, the coins dropped.
Somebody just bought a book.
See, I love that. The Quickens books, you know. Looking at, you know, I'm just very happy for everything that's going on in my life, and for those people that are out there, you know, keep the faith. I kept the faith. And I think God is leading me on a whole nother journey that I don't even know. You know, the fact that I'm into education and the way I got into education, but I already explained at 12 years old, I volunteered to teach and help these kids at 12, 11 years old at my dance program. I was already planting my own seeds to grow into this person. So everything that you do, know that it's not a waste. I can quickly say for my little brother right now, he wanted to play ball. He's like, you know what? I'm how tall are you, bro? 5 what? 5. He's 5'5". He's not gonna get in the NBA, right? So what he's doing, when I was doing my events, I needed extra help because I couldn't continue being a videographer, a publicist, artist manager. It's too much. I know what I gotta do. I gotta focus. You gotta master one. Master another. There's possibilities. You can master things.
Yeah.
Got to let the time to do it. Let the duration help you. You'll be fine. You can get to it. But my little brother, I said, hey, here's a camera. You shoot this for me. And I realized, I'm like, oh, he got a good eye. You're actually pretty good at this. So that's how he got into that. So now he's shooting, but for more sports. He shoots all of the NBA players and the NBA draft picks. He's like, if anything, he's around more money than me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah, like, he didn't, you know, but him knowing how to play ball and how it should look, this is why he can shoot it.
Yeah.
And get all these people to repost him. Who posted you up? The recent guy you was talking about. Not LeBron James. Who was it? The guy that liked your photo.
Oh, Chris Paul.
Chris Paul.
Oh, Chris Paul.
Chris Paul is on, you know, he's on Chris Paul's radar right now. And you're 22?
They said that's my twin, man. Yeah.
Are you 22? And he's 22 years old.
Yeah.
He went to college. He worked for the CIAA, Charlotte Games. He did everything.
Oh, that's dope.
So again, it's like you got to let people help you too. He was like, you know what? Let me just try the Camden. He allowed me to help him. He didn't tell me no.
Yeah.
I'm good. I want to play ball.
Yeah.
You got to be open. You got to be realistic with yourself.
That's another key.
And I was realistic with myself. I said at this time, with me growing up in the early 90s, in the late 90s, early 2000s, they didn't want to see plus size girls dancing and singing. They didn't. But I knew that I can teach and help people understand the industry, the game. I have a good ear. I can A&R a record for you. I know this record is whack or if it's good. We say in the industry, undeniably great music. You want undeniably great music.
Yeah.
You don't want good music.
Yeah.
Undeniably great, meaning that it can cross over to any age.
Any age.
Period. So, yeah, like, I just feel like as people, we got to be realistic with ourselves. We got to take on new opportunities and open those doors, punch down those doors, kick down those doors, and work towards financial literacy and get to the bag. Get to the bag. Everybody, I mean, just get to the bag. You guys, we can have faith in the bag, man. We got it.
Yeah.
And we're gonna help our community.
No, we have.
We're gonna help our Black people. We're going to be okay. We're going to be okay.
No, we are.
We're going to be okay.
No, we are. I believe that as more people are growing up and we're evolving and we're expanding and we're actually seeing different things and different opportunities.
Right.
It's just like, yo, we have to help the younger generation.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And we have to help our families and we have to help our communities. And that's the only way. So if more businesses open, if more people are inspired, you know, like my program in schools, I teach entrepreneurship to these kids. The one question I ask all my 8th graders and the 7th graders is this: do you think when all of you guys graduate, just in Queens, or in Brooklyn, do you think all of you guys will have a job when you graduate high school, in college actually? And they all say no. So I'm like, okay, so if you went to high school, you went to college, you graduated, and you guys from 8th grade, you know that when you graduate college, you're not going to have a job, what are you going to do? What are these kids what are you going to do?
Right. Right.
And they were like, some kids were like, my mom and dad going to take care of me? And I was like, and I'll say, oh, what if they're not around? God forbid. And they were like, well, the government will take care of me. And then that's the first thing they go into. But I said, no. What if I say you can start your own business and take care of yourself? Don't wait for somebody else to give you a job. Start your own. Create your own path. Be your own boss. Right. There's a saying, there's a thing in my office that everyone takes a picture of every time they come. It says an entrepreneur is a person that rather work 100 hours for themselves than 40 hours for somebody else, right? I work. There's a lot of sacrifice. You know what I mean?
A lot of sacrifice. A lot of sacrificing.
You know, my wife tells me all the time, yo, we're good. Like, you don't have to work this hard.
She believes in you, though, but she also wants you to relax. But you're like,
I can't relax.
I can't do that.
I was like, yo, when you met me, I was a grinder. It's not like I work to I don't think my level right now, even though other people might see me as a success, I don't think success is a continuous journey. Yeah,
you can't really look at,
because once
you can't define success, really.
I always tell people like this: if you think I should retire now, tell Diddy to retire. You know what I mean? Like, tell Jay-Z to retire. Them guys still working. Jay-Z's like 40-something years old, right? Like almost 50? I don't know how old he is.
Him and Meek Mill just collaborated with the Reform.
And
the Reform Alliance. I mean, and so they're not working. They're still working towards other things. You would never stop working when it's in you.
Yes.
An entrepreneur, it's usually in you. Like you know.
Oh yeah,
when you're an entrepreneur, when you're creating something out of nothing.
Yo, look at Warren Buffett. Richest man in the world, still working.
And
Jeff
what's
Bezos.
His meal? And what's his meal that he eats every day?
He eats, isn't it oatmeal?
No, he eats something every day for $2 and some change. Look it up.
McDonald's?
He
eats like
because he knows how much he's spending and he knows what he's getting
crazy,
in. He knows his calories. He's mathematically thinking about how much I'm spending, the calorie intake, my energy that I want to have, and think about that.
Yeah.
Strategic.
Mm-hmm.
You got to be strategic as an entrepreneur.
Mm-hmm.
Because you want to come on top.
You do.
So everybody that's listening, be strategic. Take some time to think and be strategic. Don't act on anything off of emotion.
Mm-hmm.
It's the I before the E.
Absolutely.
Intellect before emotion. And I'm very emotional. I'm a Cancer.
You are?
July 6th.
Oh, July 6th? All right. I'm a Scorpio.
So that DOE thing, we're going to do great.
Yeah.
We're going to do great. Great work. I see it.
Yeah.
We get along.
I know we do.
We get along. We good.
Let me ask you something. So out of the 3 words, right, faith, grind, inspire, which one resonates best with you, like, and why? So faith, grind, inspire.
Everyone will look at me and say grind.
That's what I was going to say.
Everyone will look at me and say grind. Other women will look at me and say inspire.
Mm-hmm.
For me, it would be faith.
Okay.
The reason why it would be faith is because I had to keep faith in the darkest of the darkest times of my life.
Mm-hmm.
So when opportunities come that I've been like really, really pushing for, and it comes to me, I cannot deny those opportunities. I got to take it because I had faith in it for so long that I cannot just let my career go. So if an opportunity comes for me to be the VP of Atlantic Records, I'm taking it.
Of course.
If there's an opportunity for me to be the VP of BT Networks, I'm taking it. Because I had to keep the faith. I knew what I was trying to, I knew who I want to become, and I want to become a music mogul, entertainment mogul, entrepreneur, educator. So it was like these key words, are written down. It's all over. I make sure that I follow these things, but it's because of faith. That's the only way. That's the only way I'm able to even get to any of these places. I speak it to existence.
Yes.
And that's faith.
Yes.
That's faith.
Yes. All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you. This was a great interview.
That was really good.
I enjoy speaking to you.
I
cannot wait to start working.
Yes, I'm serious. I'm dead serious. So any last things that you want to share with the people?
Oh yeah. So hey everybody. This is Avery again. Avery Miss Artistry Watson, CEO of Multi Artistry Entertainment. And let me just say a few things. One, I have an Indian American artist that I just broke. He has a song with Tory Lanez called Island Gal. I'm like one of the only Black women working within the Urban Desi community. Urban Desi meaning urban and Desi meaning Indian and Southeast Asian. So Southeast Asian music is booming. And if you guys probably heard of Nav, most of you probably heard of Nav or maybe even Jay Sean, but these are Indian artists. And I have one. His name is Raja. And Raja has been blowing up. I've been able to make him very transferable for Indian community, the Black community, the Latin community.
Nice.
And people think he's Hawaiian. They think he's Trinidadian. He don't even look Indian. So that's why I can say I can market anything. So, but check him out. Check that song out. Download it on Apple, Spotify, Tidal, wherever. Because if you download that, you're putting food in my family's mouths. Because I manage him. So, yes. Outside of that, I also have a client, Andrea Rachel Parker, that's on the show Power. Make sure you go follow her at Andrea Rachel Parker. And follow me at Miss Artistry, MSARTISTRY, Miss Artistry on Instagram, on everything. And I am accepting new clients. I do public relations, artist management, and marketing. So if you're interested in building with me, I'm open to helping you guys out. And
what's
even if it's consulting.
Website?
Yeah, it's multiartistryent.com, which is MULTI artistryentertainment.com. And you'll check it out. And I'm open to working with new people. I just want to make sure that it's it's the right thing. But yeah, check me out. It's energy. It's energy got to be right. But other than that, thank you guys for listening and taking your time out to hear what I have to say.
No, thank you so much for coming out. And any other plans for the New Year's? Any last thing?
Oh man, listen, this month is a crazy month. Like in February, it's crazy because it's New York Fashion Week, it's All-Star Weekend, it's Super Bowl, it's CIAA, it's Grammys. So I'm going to the Grammys with my artist Raja, because we're definitely going to get a Grammy next year for Island Gal with Tory Lanez, because the song's been spreading like wildfire. It's ridiculous how it's been growing. And I had an ear and I had a certain gut feeling. And in the music business, you got to have a gut feeling. And with that gut feeling, I said to my artist, Raja, I remember in the car, listening to his song, I said, Raja, we got to go with Island Gal. Add Tory Lanez. So it happened the next day, his friend was with Tory Lanez. After that, a month later, we were in the studio with Tory Lanez. I said, Tory, do you remember me? He said, yeah, from Circle of Sisters. I remember we did the interview when I had the blog. You see how everything comes around full circle. And if I didn't do that interview with Tory Lanez, do you think he would have respected me or respected my client?
You see how it works?
So, listen, man, do right, do good, okay?
That's it. That's it. Thank you so much. Thank you.
And keep the faith, man.
Yeah. Yo.
Thank you.
I love it. Thank you so much, Avery. So, guys, thank you for tuning in to another great episode of Faith Grind Inspired Podcast. Thank you, Avery, for coming through. I want to give a shout out to Brianna, Tim, Jamie, the whole OG Podcast Network, the interns. Shout out to you. Your brother, everybody
Keep
in the
Visions.
studio.
Oh, yeah, shout out Keep Visions.
Keep Visions.
If you need anything shot like on the athletic side, he got you. So
he got
if you need
you.
like anything with sports related, we got you with the proper visuals that you need to win, you know?
Yeah, let's keep the money circulating. All right, so you can catch us every Wednesday, OG Podcast Network, Apple, Spotify, Stitcher. Shout out to everybody on YouTube. We're getting these YouTube videos up, so we need you guys to support, like, share, comment, and let's do it. Faith Grind Inspire. Peace.